Hi guys, welcome back to the tutorial. In this class we are going to work with the curves and surface. So let me explain few things before starting the class. So whatever you work, it can be a molding or texturing or rigging or animation, anything. Make sure you have deep knowledge and understanding on the particular relevant tools. For example, here we are working with the surface, so make sure you have good command and practice on these tools. For example, fillet and cut, insert and extend, all these tools as well as surface. Okay, still if you are beginner, you can go to the Maya interface tutorials. You can also find in my channel how to work with the basic tools and navigation controls and all. So in this tutorial we are going to work with the surface, how to create something like a mouse modeling. So in this process you will learn lot of things like technical flow and something like tricks and all, how to use all these tools. So let's get started. So here I'm just taking a surface sphere. So I'm just giving sections something like 14, spans something like 10. So here I'm increasing radius up to 5. So we will check out all these things. Already we have discussed in our previous class. This one square unit can be taken as a centimeter or like inch or feet or meter in settings. Already we have discussed all these things in our previous classes. So here, so these all measurements we can check out when we work with the real-time workflow and all. Just this is the just nubs molding. Okay, you can also take from here, or you can also take from create nubs primitives, and here you can take from here. So I hope all of you know the Maya basics and all. So if you don't know, please go through my channel. There are, I have shared long back the Maya interface tutorials and basics and all. So fine. So this I'm giving something like I'm just adjusting this shape as per mouse shape. Here I'm not taking any mouse reference and all. So here I'm just as per idea, like since many years I've been observing the mouse shape, different mouse shapes. So I'm just adjusting mouse shape by, since I hope you know all this control vertex and all. So these all we call control vertex. This helps us to modify or mold towards desired shape, something like this. And scale it. Control vertex, come to the top view. um, you can adjust something like this. So make sure it will take some time as initial stage when you are a fresher or starter in Maya, but it comes with a good practice. So you need to have you need to spend a lot of time to work with all the tools and you know and artistic skills also. So come to the top view, and here object mode, I'm just scaling down some, not this control vertex, just a whole model like this. Okay, fine. And this part something like this. So I'm trying to bring the shape like mouse. So right, so here if I scale from here, the whole you know loop will be a scale like this. If I change that center pivot by holding D, go back once, D, and change it till here, and you can scale. Same here, also hold the D and change the pivot point, and hold the D again here, also change the pivot point and scale like this. Hold the D and change the pivot point just like this. Excuse me guys. Okay guys, so I'm just adjusting the shape as per mouse reference. So fine, that's cool. The make sure the final thing is you can reach, but do you really get the best output when you're using a reference? So you can also get best quality without reference when you have strong practice on the particular department, on the particular tools, and it's very important to have micro level observations, and as well as understanding and able to put that ideas or thoughts or in the process. So I hope you got it right. So this way you have to adjust. So we took a sphere and we started adjusting the control vertex step by step. Okay, so finally we got mouse shape. Still I'm trying to develop the shape little more realistically, something like just like this, just like this, just like this. Yeah, these all process, the animation, VFX, gaming, it's all time consuming. More, it will take more time to develop the particular quality content. So make sure you be prepared to spend more time on particular tools or workflow. Then only you will get the best quality. Here the most important thing is the quality. Quality is very important in industry. So you focus on the quality. So this way we are developing the basic shape of mouse. Okay, fine, that's cool. Still we can do a lot of workflow, I mean lot of adjustments still. So this is sufficient for this class. So I'm going for next level of details, something creating color and left and right buttons or the mouse. Okay, well, something the back part, I'm just adjusting like this. Yeah, that's cool. far enough. So the most important thing is interest. Focus and concentration is second thing. The most important thing is interest. You know what? In our school days, we used to focus more on painting, drawing instead of studying mathematics and physics because of we have more interested on painting. So that is what interest. When you have interest to develop the particular thing, interest, and you know the value of the particular thing, then automatically you sit more time, the patience to develop the particular thing. Okay, for cool. So go to the next thing and let me make little more. It looks little very lengthy. I will make little. That's cool. Okay, that's cool. So well, now what we are going to work? We are going to work with that's cool. Well, okay. So make sure the very important thing is this is called seam line. See here the line is very thin. This is also very thin. But here one line is there. This is called seam line. Whenever you take the spear, you can notice that. So this is called these all lines are thin. This one little thicker than rest of the lines. Make sure this line uh, you know must be side here, somewhere here or at the down. Okay, why? Because we use some process like projecting methods, like creating holes, creating buttons. That time when we project on the particular seam line, that once we project it makes holes. Once we make holes, based on the hole we can generate curves. Again, when we generate the curves, so the curves breaks as a two parts when we have seam line disturbs. So that reason, make sure you know the seam line must be a side or down. Okay, fine. I will also show you that after some time what is the problem when we use projection method over the seam line after some time. Let's delete it. Okay, fine. So now what I'm doing here, I'm just taking a spear again, and in this thing I'm just giving something like this is sufficient. Let me take little more, something like 12, 4 enough for me, or make it 6, and turn 90 degrees. Give me 1 second, guys. I got so this we are going to base color. So what I'm doing, instead of control vertex, I can also go to the hull So at a time whole line can be adjusted. Again, control vertex, just like this, like, excuse me, yeah. And again, make sure that seam line should not disturb when we are projecting or something. I'm just working. So this is the seam line, right? The thicker line, right? It should not be like this, because uh, it should be little bit like this, because we are doing here something project curve on surface. What I'm doing, I'm taking duplicate of the same color, control D, you can get it. Okay, keep this in a layer, hide it. And what I'm doing now, just select both surfaces. So you can find something like insert. So when you use this tool, you can see insert. What I'm doing before that, I'm just taking even mouse also, duplicate, control D for duplicate. You can see there is a two mouses. The duplicate which I have taken second one, that I'm going to save in a layer. So now I'm selecting this color and shift select that mouse and go to the surface, and you can see insert. So make sure reset all the options, let it be a default insert. When you use insert, you can see there is a the highlighted the green and whitish color. So the line is inserted. Now what I'm doing here, select the you know surface, and here you can see surface. You find here trim tool. When you use this trim tool, or I hope you know the what is trim tool. Trim tool is nothing but like we can uh, trim, I mean we can remove the particular area. Once we insert you know isoform, I mean that projection, or see, let me show you something like this is the dotted line, right? And if you go to the something like um, I'm just removing this, delete this one. So when you delete that particular scholar, only you can see the shape of the contact area which is between mouse and scholar. So this time also I can use the trim tool. Go to the trim tool where you can find here, and you see there are two parts. One is this one and another one is the mouse. See here, if I select the particular mouse part, the whole mouse part is highlighted with the white lines, and this part is not just dotted line, right? That means this is going to be there, and rest of the lines will be a part will be deleted. So what I'm doing here, so select once you see the highlight with the white color lines, then hit enter. Then you can see you make a hole to fix a scholar here. Okay, that's cool. So what I'm doing, see this shape is like little, that is okay, we can adjust by uh, scholar itself, no problem. Just I want to show you the process. The same way I'm also working with the buttons and all. First of all, let's finish with this particular thing. Something what I'm doing, select the mouse and again take control D, duplicate, store in different layer. Okay, so here I'm going to make buttons. So to create a button, I'm just taking circle. You can also take create curves. So where you can find nubs primitives, here you can take circle, keep it here. Just check out that section, something like make it 12, and place it over the mouse and scale it, and go to the top view and adjust as per your idea. Since we do not have any reference right now, we have not taken any reference at this time, so you can adjust your mouse button like this, and something like this. So this is up to your you know process, your ideology, I mean vision, how you develop this thing. um, Something like button, something like this. Okay, that's cool. So we have shape of the button. Since you can adjust a lot of very perfectly and accurately, this all accuracy we can see after when we take master classes. So this is sufficient at this time. So here we have few things to do. For example, I need another button this side also, right? For that, what I'm doing here, so select the particular shape, and here you can see some of the options: modifier, free transformation, so all the values will get 0, and reset transformation, the you know reset transformation, nothing but the pivot point comes under exact over the grid line, in the middle of the grid line. So this way you can take duplicate special, take the box and reset here. I want same shape in other side, so for that, which axis I need? X axis. So minus sorry, here we have to work with them. So we got two shapes, so that is fine. And what I'm doing now, select both of them and shift select. Here you have to project. To project, what we need to do here, you can see you have to set the you know direction, which angle. For example, if you project this way, the whole shape will project same direction. You will see somewhere here. For example, see, go to the surface, project curve on surface, you must find here. Yeah, this is the one. So reset, if you project, see, this is not going to be a fail. So come to the top view and project from the top view direction, then you can see how you have projected the shapes over the mouse. So for that, what I'm doing again, you can also see the projection at the bottom. We don't need at the bottom, we need at the only top side. You can see surface normal, then come to the top view and apply it. Then you can see the projections only over the top side only. You don't have any projections at the down side. So that's cool. Still, you can adjust the shape of the projections by changing these shapes, something like this. That's cool and great. And what I'm doing, so select the mouse, and again here go to the surface, and here you can see again trim tool, Since same process already we know that we need only mouse, we need to see here holes, then select the particular mouse, okay, and hit enter, you see the holes, okay. Remember we have taken the duplicate of the mouse before, and now what I'm doing here, select the mouse and take a new layer and keep this the particular shapes which is right now currently, keep it in a layer and hide it, and take the previous one, and again for this I'm going to make a button, clicking button. For that one enough. Once we done the one shape, we can take duplicate in other side. For this what I'm doing, same properties options and apply it, and you can see. And this time what I'm doing, again go to the surface and trim tool, sorry, you have to select the mouse and surface trim tool. This time selecting the button, rest of the mouse must be deleted, you see the button, and here you can see we have button and mouse. That's cool. And what I'm doing here, select the button, and if I want to make little smaller, for that, you cannot, like, modify center pivot, you cannot do it because of it calculates the entire mouse till reference of the mouse. Okay, you manually you have to bring the pivot point center of this button. For that what I am doing, hold the D and change the pivot point from there to here, and so that is cool. So this time what I'm just scaling this button little smaller, since you can see, because yeah, okay, what I'm doing, before scaling I'm going to delete history of the particular object, okay. Now you can scale it. Why? Because the if history is there, if you scale also, it does not scale properly, okay. See, this way you can make a button like this, and something you can also bring up, or you can also bring down, let it be equal, that would be cool, okay. Then what I'm doing here, I need to make something like here generally we can select these isoforms, and we can bring here, and you can go to the surface and insert. So yeah, insert isoform here, insert isoform, then you can see the line is inserted. So but here we have to select trim edge, because we did it trim, right? This is also trim, this is also trim, okay. So select the both the trim, and here you can find duplicate surface curve, okay. You can see the trim edges are created as curves, so keep them little down like this. And this time what I'm doing here, select trim edge, this is not an isoform, this is the trim edge, and to see the visible I have used wireframe, shift the selection and shift the right all, loft, the loft is created as order you have selected one by one. So the mesh will form like this, and let me show you paint. See, new one, okay. See, this is the line, this is the line, this is the line, this is the line. So if you select as a order 1 2 3 4, the mesh will be created, you know the mesh will be created from here to here and here like this. So this is the order, something like that. So I want to create something in an order step by step. Then again, again trim edge like this, and then you can go to the loft. In this loft, what I'm doing, reset and apply it. Okay, see, it is created but it is black. There is an issue, like reverse, like what I'm doing here. Once you, if you see any kind of in surface modeling, if you see any kind of blackish uh, over the surface, something go to the surface, you can see here reverse direction, then you can see automatically this way. Okay, this way we can create the something like gap between button and mouse body, right? That's cool. And now again I need not to create here, simply I can select the button and the gap, control G for the group, and go to the edit duplicate special, and same apply it. You can see that is button is created other side. So now you can see that how it is. Okay, that's cool. The same way I'm doing here. So again trim edge. So the trim edge, again go to this curves, duplicate curve on duplicate surface curve, and enable, and modify center pivot, and keep it little down like this, and again trim edge, and shift select the curve, and again surface and loft. Remember, otherwise you can select in different directions, something like trim edge, and go to the surface, and again loft. Remember what we have done? Have you observed it? So first what we have done, trim edge and shift select the curve, and we have given loft. Then it's the black color. The you know if you want, you can simply you can make it surface and reverse. That is fine. Or select first curve and shift select the body and trim edge, then you can create loft. Then you can see this is what. Now remember, we have taken scholar duplicate. Okay, this you can make it little hull, something, place it here, something like this. Okay, that's cool. So easily you can create scholar. In texture we can do little more realistic in order to develop materials, or little roughness here, or something like a look and feel. We can do more in texturing, and since we need to develop something like so we don't need this shapes, simply you can delete it. Okay, and now what I'm doing here, I'm just taking a circle and turn 90 degree and scale it. So here I'm just making a wire and place it here like this. So that is not a problem. We can also adjust this thickness and just take a curve. I'm just drawing a shape of wire, something like this. Okay, and go select the circle and shift select the wire. So before what I'm doing, control vertex, attach this curve to the mouse and it will keep it down and shift select the curve. Here you can see extrude, so you can see the wire but it is thicker. What I'm doing here, select the particular thickness, reduce the thickness, this way. So this way you can create mouse. So still you can create something like in a USB connectivity, all these things, whether whatever old type of pin, whatever we can connect. So um, I hope you understand the process of surface modeling uh, in this class. Still we can go very advanced level in the surface modeling, but finally it can be VFX or animation film or developing content for gaming or AR, VR, any product visualizations, anything. The finally the object must be a polygon. Earlier we used to do nubs modeling for a particular cartoonic film workflow. So, but 90% of the models in present scenarios will be in a polygon, but 30% we can do in surface modeling, and from there we can convert the model into polygon, then we can work on it. So the but the knowing and understanding and working with the nubs modeling, it's very important as a modeling artist in Maya, right? That's cool. So I hope you understand that nubs modeling, and we'll continue next class with other tutorials and workflow.